If you're watching this video and you're tired of your job, tired of wasting your potential, tired of working for somebody else, tired of waking up to an alarm every single day, and tired of not being able to spend time with your family because your entire day is consumed by work, then stick out to the end of this video because I'm going to explain to you how you can not only quit your job but also replace your income by selling AI digital products and make over 6K per month passively. And if you're wondering who the heck am I, my name is Angelo. I'm a 21-year-old entrepreneur and I've made over $6,000 passively selling AI digital products. And I did this without a team, without working for 8 hours a day, and without needing a lot of capital up front. So if you actually are committed about replacing your income and being your own boss like you always dreamed of, so you can travel the world, spend time with your family, and just be money stress free, then bring out your pen and paper and let's get started. The first thing I want you to understand is that you don't need a $1 million idea or thousands of followers to make income online. All you need is a $27 AI digital product and some consistency. If you do not stay consistent with this business, I promise you that no matter what you do, you are going to get the results that you're looking for. That being said, let's actually go over the math. So the average salary in the US is about $50K to $52K a year, which will be about $4,300 a month. And if you were to do the math on a $27 digital product, you would need about 5 to 6 sales a day, probably 160 sales a month, if my math is correct. Now, this might sound like a lot, but I want you to understand that there are over 225 million people on Instagram every single day, only in the US. I'm not even counting Europe, Australia, and all other countries. The US only, we have over 225 million people using Instagram every single day. Don't you think that you can get at least 160 people to buy your product that is solving a problem that they have? I want you to think about it this way. 160 sales a month is 0.0007% of 225 million people on Instagram. So that's basically nothing. 160 sales a month is pretty conservative once you go over all of the numbers. That being said, we're not looking to have a huge audience. We're not looking to be an influencer. We just want to help a small group of people that have a specific problem and helping them out. And that is the first step to actually selling a digital product and quitting your job. You want your digital product to solve a specific problem for a specific group of people. Things like color books and like these random digital products that you see people selling on Etsy. Of course, they make some money. Of course, they can definitely help you quit your job. But on a long term, it doesn't make any sense and it's probably not sustainable because you don't enjoy it. What I'm trying to say here is that you need to create a digital product that is based on a knowledge, skill, or expertise that you already have. And you might be thinking, bro, I don't have any skills, I don't have any crazy knowledge, I'm not an expert, I'm literally just working a job. That is a lie. That is an excuse. Every single person on this planet, the 8 billion people on this planet, we all have a skill, we all have a knowledge that we can monetize. So I want you to right now get that out of your head. You don't need to be an expert, you don't need to show your face, you don't need to be some crazy guru, you don't even need a lot of money to get started. You just need to start. And the reason why we're selling a $27 digital product is because once again, we're pretty conservative. Like we could probably charge $67 for the digital product and still make a good amount of money, probably way quicker. But as a beginner, you want to start off at that price point because number one, it's low ticket, so you have lower resistance and it'll be easier for you to sell. And the quicker the results you get, the better and the more you're going to want to continue this business. And the great thing about a $27 digital product is that not only can AI create the whole thing for you, so 90% of the job is already done for you, but you don't need a complicated funnel or a complicated system to make it work. All you need is a simple marketing system that attracts people naturally because it's specific to their problems and a digital product that actually sells it. Maybe a nurturing system on the back end for those that haven't bought the product yet, and you're just nurturing them, giving them more value so you can actually buy the product later on. But that's really it. You don't need nothing crazy. One platform, one product, one system. That is it. Now, what type of digital products should you be selling? Well, I believe that the best digital products to sell as a beginner, at least for a $27 price range, would be PDF guides, mini courses, which also can be done faceless, and templates. Now, don't get me wrong, I would also include probably coaching / group coaching on there as well because you can make a lot of money with it very quickly. People actually like having that one-on-one guidance. But one-on-one coaching, you wouldn't price it at $27. You want to price your coaching for at least $1K because the average coach is charging about $3K. So if you really want to make the most out of this opportunity, you want to be cheap just because you feel like you're not an expert, which by the way, get that out of your head because AI can literally give you all the expertise and all the knowledge that you feel like you're lacking. But that being said, you want to charge at least 1K for your coaching. But we're going to focus on a $27 digital product that AI can create for us. And creating these digital products is extremely simple. Once again, you want these digital products to be based on a skill or a knowledge that you have. Let's say, for example, that before you were super lazy and now you're better at managing your time and you're a bit more productive. You can make a PDF guide about that. Let's say, for example, that you are a freelancer and before you used to be horrible with your money, used to be in debt, but now you're better at budgeting your money. You can sell a PDF guide on that, or a Notion tracker that actually tracks freelancers' money. Let's say, for example, that you are a busy mom and you got pregnant, and then despite of you being pregnant, you was able to regain back your shape and now you look fit despite of you literally being pregnant 2 months ago. You can help other moms regain back their fit shape again. Now, these are very specific examples because once again, we want to sell a specific solution that solves a specific problem for a specific group of people. And remember, we're not only selling information, we're not only selling our skill, we're also selling an outcome. We're selling a transformation that would change people's lives. Whenever you're doing the marketing for your product, whenever you're going to actually create the product, you want to keep in mind you want this to get your clients or your customers as much results as possible. Now, before I explain that entire strategy, you want to, of course, lock in what is it exactly that you're going to sell. If you don't know what you're going to talk about or what you're going to sell in a digital product, what is going to be your niche or your topic, you need to ask yourself these questions. What advice would I give my 13-year-old self? If you're 25 now and you will tell your 13-year-old self to stop being on your phone as much, to go outside and enjoy life, you can make your entire brand and digital product about phone addiction. Another question that you can ask yourself is, what challenges have I overcome these past few years? Now, life has a bunch of ups and downs, and during all those down times, you go over challenges. You go through moments of very difficult times. Those are challenges that you overcome because those down times don't last forever. So you need to ask yourself, what skill did I gain as I overcame this challenge, or what was the challenge that I overcame? Let's say that you went over a heartbreak or you were super depressed. How did you get out of that? And if you know exactly how you got out of it and now you're in a better state, you can teach or help other people get out of a depression state. So the process is very simple. All you need to do is just ask yourself a few questions. What valuable lessons have I learned these past few years? Or even better, what is something that I know that the average person just doesn't know about or that I know more about? Now, if you're feeling a bit confused, you don't really know what's going on, I'm going to be leaving a link in the description with all these questions or an image on the screen right now. But if you feel like you're still kind of struggling to find the right answers, I'm going to be leaving a prompt on the screen right now as well and in the link in the description. So you can copy paste that into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will help you understand a bit more what are your skills, what are your knowledges, and how you can monetize that into a digital product. Now that you know what you're selling and you know exactly who you're selling it to, you need to now attract those people that will be interested in your product. And it's extremely important that you have these two systems in place. Number one, a client acquisition system and a nurturing system. And to put it in very simple words, you need to run content and ads, and you need to have a nurturing system like long form YouTube videos or an email newsletter or an automated email campaign, so that you can not only bring people in but also nurture them if they ever don't feel comfortable enough buying the product right away. When it comes to content and the whole nurturing system, I made an entire video on my YouTube channel going over step by step how this entire system works. So check the link in the description or the pop-up on the screen right now. But if you feel like you need like a more step-by-step explanation and those videos didn't really help, then check the link in the description for a free guide that literally explains the exact step-by-step of this business, what it is, how to get started, and all of my resources that you need to run this business. So check the link in the description for my free digital synthesis blueprint. You have all the understanding and all the resources that you need for this business. I literally did not gatekeep in this entire blueprint, so make sure to check that out. That being said, you want to create content and run ads that are based on your specific audience, but also based on their pain and their desires. An example of this can literally be a video of you. Let's say the hook on the screen for the video could be, if you are a freelancer and you're tired of being overdraft, tired of struggling with debt, and you want to save at least 1K every month, read the caption. And inside the caption, you're going to explain how they can save money, how they're going to get better with their budgeting, and then you do a call to action for people to DM you or to comment the word X, for example, and they can get your product. And that way, all you need to do is send it to them manually, or you can use a AI automation tool called ManyChat that will send them the product right away, and they can buy it right off the bat. Now, I don't suggest doing this strategy right away. If you have a bigger audience, of course, you can do the whole automation stuff, and that's definitely going to work. But if you're a smaller creator, which most of you are going to be in the beginning stages, you want to have a conversation with people so you can kind of understand them a bit more, but also give them a product that they'll actually need. And in the DMs, you can simply ask them, what is their situation? What are their goals? What's stopping them from achieving their goals? What do they feel like they need? Do they want any help? And then from there, you can propose your product. Not only will this help you understand your audience better, but also create a better product based on the data that you're getting from your audience. And once again, this should be a habit. Every single person that interacts with your page, with every single video, every single ad, you want to have a conversation with them so you can make the most out of that opportunity. Every single person that lands on your page, it is your responsibility to make that viewer, make that random stranger into dollars in your pocket with your digital product. Now, I would love to yap about this for the next 20 minutes and explain all of the nitty-gritty of the business. But if you really want to get started with this business, then check the link in the description for a free guide that explains this business step by step. Now that you have a better understanding of what's going to be your marketing strategy, what product you're going to be selling, and how you're going to position yourself, you need to keep in mind a few things first. Do not quit your job yet. You want to get at a point where you can replace your income. So you're making as much money as if you're working your job. So if the average salary is about 4K, you're making about 4K in the US right now. You want to get to a stage where you're getting to that first 1K every month, 3K every month, and then you're hitting that 4K. Once you're hitting that 4K consistently, like after 3 months, you can then allow yourself to quit your job. Because the thing is with business, just like in life, you always have a lot of ups and downs, and it can be a bit inconsistent at times. One month you might get 250 sales, another month you might only get 80 sales. So you need to be prepared no matter what happens, which is extremely important why you don't quit your job right away, and instead of you spending unnecessary money on Uber Eats, Netflix, and all these crazy subscriptions that are not making you money, you cut them off so you can build your emergency fund along the way. So as you start this business, as you're making sales, instead of you spending that money on shoes and food and all this crazy stuff that aren't going to make you money, you save that money and you build up an emergency fund for about 4 to 6 months. Once you have enough cash to sustain your bills, your rent, and all that extra stuff for 4 to 6 months, and you're making about 3 to 4K consistently with a digital product business, then you can allow yourself to quit that job. And I need to make sure that you understand this, because I don't want you to start the business, you haven't even made any sales in, and then you completely quit your job. Do not do that mistake. That being said, if you're actually working a job and you really want to start this business, or you already have started this business, but you're kind of struggling to scale the business to the moon to hit that first 5K, 6K per month passively, then book a one-on-one call with me, and I'm going to help you start this entire business from scratch every single week. I understand that with you having a job or you maybe having a family, you don't really have much time to manage this business how you want to. And I'm here to not only optimize your time, but also do certain tasks for you if you ever have an emergency so you can make money. I'm only here to help you make money so you can build momentum for the business and live the life that you want. So if you feel like you need that one-on-one guidance, you feel like you need that personalized game plan specifically made for you, then book a one-on-one call with me. We're gonna have a conversation and get to know each other better. And if you actually are committed about this, I'm more than happy to make an offer. We can make a decision together and get you to that 6K per month ASAP selling AI digital products. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this entire process can literally be done by AI. I'll be leaving all the prompts and all the tools in the description. You can check it out and you know about this business a bit more, how it works and how you can get started. And once again, if you feel like you need that one-on-one help every single week, then book a one-on-one call with me and I'm more than happy to help you out ASAP. That being said, I'll talk to you soon.